Welcome to the first episode of Rating Your Nitro Type Profiles Season 4. Today I'll be rating the first 10 people who entered. The winner will get $2 million of Nitro Type cash, second place will get $1 million, and the third place person will get $500,000. I'll also use a random number generator to pick one person from today to win $500,000. If you'd like to enter, click on the YouTube video link in the description of today's video and watch the instructions on how to enter. If you have any questions, let me know and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. Enjoy! The first profile for today is from Arentix. They think the best thing about their profile is the amount of loot they have, and they think the worst thing is the amount of profile views they have. Arentix is in the Legend League, which is very nice. That is the highest league you can be in. They are using the Happy 4th of July title, which I do like, and it's pretty fitting. July 4th was not really all that long ago. They average 102 with a high of 137. Both of those are very impressive. Nice job there. They have 28,742 total races, which is a lot of races. They are using, I think this is, the Liberty 81 Chief ST. This isn't my favorite card, it's kind of bland, but I do like the animation and it goes with their trail quite nicely, with the red, white, and blue kind of fitting with this pretty well, at least in my opinion. They've been a member since September 4th, 2020, which is a couple years ago at this point, and they have 3,767 profile views, which isn't anything too crazy, but it's not bad either. If we take a look at their garage, we can see they kind of organize by car type. King of the race cars here. They've got some of the race cars here, gold cars. Thank you for leaving your gold cars gold. I don't even remember if mine are still gold. They might be. Summer cars here, some of the Lamborghinis and other sports cars. Yeah, I'd say this is a very well organized garage. This is kind of how I would arrange it. I like arranging by type. Doesn't look like they've done too much in terms of paint color scheme, but still I like how they have most of these painted. It's a pretty nice garage. Total, this person had 74.3 points. The next profile for today is from Yellow Cat Meow YouTube. They think the best thing about their count is their count age and the amount of cars they have, and they think the worst thing about their count is their words per minute and race count. Yellow Cat Meow YouTube is in the Legend League, which is very nice. That is the highest league you can be in. They have the 3 Commas Club title equipped. That is an old title. I remember getting that when I first joined. They have an average of 56 and a high of 70. Those are decent numbers. They have 11,557 total races, which is a decent amount of total races. They are using the Corsa Contact. Not my favorite car, but it is pretty unique. I'll give them that. And I like this trail they have equipped. I think this is poly shapes. I could be wrong. They have 969 profile views, which is nothing crazy. And they've been a member since March 2nd, 2017, so quite some time ago at this point. If we take a look at their garage, we can see they definitely like yellow. This is very nice, very organized and put together. Looks really good. Total, they had 58.8 points. The next profile for today is from MD9 X Purple C4. They think the best thing about their profile is their race count, and the worst thing is their lack of 2023 X Max event loot. MD9 X Purple C4 is in the Epic League, which is very nice. That is the second highest league you can be in. They have the Eternal Spring title equipped, which isn't my favorite, but it's not too bad. They have an average of 87 with a high of 151. Both of those are pretty good numbers. They have 51,295 total races, which is a very good amount of total races. It's very active there. They've been a member since July 16th, 2022, so a few years at this point, and they have 5,945 profile views, which isn't too bad considering their race count. If I take a look at their garage, ooh, I like this arrangement. It looks very nice. I like how they put these two cars together. I think I did the exact same thing. Ooh, and they've got these two together. I like the details here. This is very nice. Yeah, this is a very neat garage. If I use the Infinity Garage, this is probably how I'd use it, but you still got all these empty sections down here. You could do something with that, or you could leave it alone. It's not really up to me. Very nice profile. Total of 73.6 points. Just the next profile for today is from Jake23K. They think the best thing about their account is their cars, and the worst thing is their race count. Jake23K is in the Legend League, which is quite good. That is the highest league you can be in. Nice job there. They have the Legendary Lapper title equipped, which is a decent title. Not my favorite, but not too bad. They average 67. They have a high of 130. Both of those are good numbers. They have 23,033 total races, which is a pretty good amount of races. They've been a member since January 29th, 2025, which really isn't all that long ago. And they have, let's see, 2,987 profile views, which isn't too bad considering their race count. They are using the perk, which is one of my favorite cars, and they have this nice binary trail equipped with it. Kind of matches the width of here, lines up with the car real nicely. I think it looks good, even though the color doesn't match. And if we take a look at their garage, I'm not seeing anything too wild here, but it's still a very nice garage. You have a lot of empty space you could do stuff with. I would say there's a pretty dense collection of cars up here you could use to make an arrangement, kind of like the previous profile, but it's all pretty subjective. In total, this person had 43.3 points. The next profile for today is from Sapphire Road to 40k. They think the best thing about their account is their garage design, and the worst thing is their words per minute. Sapphire Road to 40k is in the Legend League, which is very nice. That is the highest league you can be in. They have the My Popsicle Melted title, which I think is super cool. They have an average of 105 with a high of 137. Both of those are really nice numbers. Good job there. They have 38,100 187 total races, which is really good. They have been a member since July 6, 2020, so a couple years at this point, and they have 2,475 profile views, which isn't too bad. They're using the Liberty 6.4 Plus 3, which is one of my favorite summer cars, and they have this nice beach ball trail equipped. If I take a look at their garage, I kind of like what I see here with this arrangement. Haven't done too much with the paint job. I guess I see a lot of blue, so there's some consistency. And then you have cars like this. I guess that's a gold car. Wow, they have a lot of cars. This goes on for a long time. Yeah, I do like this garage. It's very nice. Nothing too crazy here, just lots of cars arranged pretty nicely. And total, they had 79.6 points. The next profile for today is from I Am Speed. They think the best thing about their count is their cars, and the worst thing is their profile view count. I Am Speed is in the Legends League, which is very nice. That is the highest league you can be in. They have the Keyboard Cat title equipped, which is good. That means they've done at least 400 races in a session, I believe. They have an average of 53 with a high of 98. Both of those are pretty respectable numbers. They have 6,562 total races, which isn't too bad considering their count age of March 13th, 2025, so just a couple months ago. And they have 454 profile views. They're using the Wrapped Racer GT in the middle of the summer. I guess it's a good car. I like it. And then they've got a Christmas trail to go along with it. At least you're being consistent. If I took a look at their garage, I don't see a whole lot here in terms of arrangement, but when you're not using the Infinity Garage, you don't get a whole lot of options for arrangement until you get a lot of cars, and then you can kind of do stuff with it. But yeah, this is a decent garage. Nothing too crazy, but still pretty nice. Total, they had 33.6 points. The next profile for today is from Calhoun. They think the best thing about their account is their profile views, and the worst thing is their lack of rare loot. Calhoun is in the Legends League, which is very nice. They have the Vacationer title equipped, which I don't remember what that's from, but it's a neat title. They have an average of 78 with a high of 142. Both of those are nice numbers. They have 37,139 total races, which is a very nice amount of races. They have been a member since August 22nd, 2023, so basically 2 years at this point, and they have 5,003 profile views, which is not too bad. They are using the perk, which is one of my favorite King of the Race cars, and they're using this nice trail to go along with it. If we take a look at their garage, we can see it's very nicely organized. I like how they have cars of like this type like matched together. That looks good. They've got like boats together and trucks together, and they have all the egg cars and the present cars and the hoverboard things and these and these. Yeah, this is how you arrange a garage, people. It's good. I like it. Very nice profile. Total of 65 points. The next profile for today is from LAC YouTube. They think the best thing about their count is their garage design, and the worst thing is their count age. LAC is in the Legends League, which is very nice. They have the smiley face title equipped, which is one of my favorites. They have an average of 106 with a high of 155. Both of those are good numbers. They have 21,556 total races, which is a very good amount of races. They've been a member since November 15th, 2024, so a bit over a year, and they have 2,065 profile views, which isn't too bad considering their account age. They're using the perk in this very nice orange color, and I like the trail they're using with it. If I take a look at their garage, they have a nice arrangement going on here. Seems like they like orange, except for that one car, but that's fine. And the gold cars, which is fine, because you can leave gold cars gold, and I won't judge you for that, because I think that's how they probably should be. I honestly can't remember if mine are, but yeah, this is a very nice garage. I like it a lot. I like these creative arrangements. Seems to be a pretty common structure, but I don't really get tired of it. Very nice job. Total, this person had 61.6 points. The next profile for today is from Tristan Turbo. They think the best thing about their profile is their league, and the worst thing is their race count. Tristan Turbo is in the Legend League, which is very nice. They have the My Popsicle Melted title equipped, which I do like. They have an average of 78 and a high of 92. Both of those are pretty good numbers. They have 8,690 total races, which is a pretty good amount of races. Considering their account age, they're only a couple months old, January 12th, 2025. It's not really that long ago. 1,130 profile views. Again, not too bad considering their count age. They have the solar roller equipped. I kind of like this car. Not everyone does, but I think it looks pretty neat. And they have the nice stars trail equipped, which looks good. If I take a look at their garage, they definitely like purple. Yeah, no, I think everything is purple. Very nice. Very consistent. I always like that. Total, this person had 41.5 points. And the last profile for today is from Pink SSN. They think the best thing about their profile is the amount of races they've done in the time that they've been on the site, and the worst thing about their profile is the amount of cars they have. Pink SSN is in the Champion League, which is pretty good. That is the 7th league along. They have the Typing Machine title equipped, which is nice. I like that title. It's very fitting for Nitro type. They have an average of 139 with a high of 165. Both of those are very impressive numbers. They have 6,117 total races, which isn't too bad considering their count's only about a year old at August 2nd, 2024. Not that long ago. They have the Corsa Air 503 equipped, one of my favorite cars, and they've got this neat trail that goes along with it quite nicely. If I take a look at their garage, I like the heart arrangement here. It's pretty neat. and then they have all these cars to this side, which is interesting. As I'm scrolling through here, I see a lot of open space, but I guess people do like to leave that in their garages. You're allowed to do whatever you'd like with your garage, and I think this one looks good. Total, this person had 50.6 points. As we can see, the winner for today is Sapphire Road to 40k with a score of 79.6. Second place with 74.3, not very far behind, is Arentix, and third place of 73.6, also not very far behind, is MD9X Purple C4. I will get your guys' cash to you in a second. I want to explain something really quick. I know when I went over the rubric in my announcement video, these numbers were much higher. It was like 10, 5, and 3. That was for the championship episode, and I forgot to put it back to normal. And I was checking through this, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure these numbers are way higher than they usually are. And I went back and checked, and sure enough, they were. So apologies for the confusion. Those will be the numbers for the championship episode. The normal episode's 2, 1, and 500k. I will be right back with their cash. Sapphire Road to 40k's gotten their cash. Arentix has gotten their cash. And MD9X Purple C4 has gotten their cash. And with every episode, I pick a random person from every episode, 1 through 10, to win 500 grand. This is just kind of an incentive to enter. So we'll generate that result now, and we're gonna get 7. So I'm gonna count from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Calhoun, you've won 500 grand. I'll be right back with that. And Calhoun's gotten their cash. That is it for today's episode. If you did enjoy, it'd be great if you consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. And even if you don't think you've got a shot at winning, I highly encourage you all to enter, because again, there is that random prize, and you get to see your account in one of my videos. If you have any questions about entering, let me know in the comments. A lot of people do like to ask me when I'm going to get to their profile. The answer is I don't know. I go in the order that you enter. So if you enter 26th, you'll be the 26th person rated. If you're the first person entered, you'll be the first person rated. That's just how I do it. I don't pick people, I just go in the order, and that's pretty much how my process works. If you have any other questions, let me know in the comments. I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next one.